gonna lie, we gotta get this nigga his props. That shit was trash, my nigga. You consistently drop the trash. Get this nigga his props.
I gotta give The Rock his props because just like Drake and Taylor Swift, they managed to make millions and millions for putting out the same shit over and over again. And the thing about it is that their fans will constantly eat that shit up every single time. I gotta get on that grind because this is crazy. So Red One is a brand new Dwayne Johnson action comedy film that you've all seen a million times. The film is directed by Jake Kasdan and it stars Dwayne Johnson, Chris Evans, Lucy Liu, and J.K. Simmons. When a villain kidnaps Santa Claus from the North Pole, an elf operative joins forces with the world's most accomplished tracker to find him and save Christmas. Like I said, if you've seen any Dwayne Johnson action comedy film, you've practically seen them all. Because this movie brings nothing new to the table. This entire movie feels like it should be on Netflix. Movies like Red Notice or Heart of Stone, that is where Red One belongs in. Matter of fact, I'm calling this category on Netflix Rents Due because that's what these movies feel like. Before I get into why this movie is absolutely insufferable, let me address the very, very few good things this movie does have to offer. Outside of the deplorable CGI, there are a few moments of practicality, and I gotta be honest, those costumes did look pretty damn good. All of the good practicality came from this scene and this scene alone. Sure, there may have been a little bit of CGI in the mix for the movement, but as far as the costumes alone, not bad. Not bad. But the practical effects did look solid, and I gotta give credit where credit is due. The slap game scene was the only segment in the entire movie that actually got a good laugh out of me. Because before that and after that, the movie, no. And lastly, Chris Evans. I feel like he was the only one that actually tried to give this movie some sort of substance, if you will. Whether it's bringing in the emotional beats or even his humor, he tries. It's not the best, but hey, he tried. He did something compared to his co-star. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is where we get into the bad because y'all, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, like, this motherfucker just does not care. This man has no fucking range whatsoever. Every scene that he's in, it is the same stone-faced, smoldering look in every scene. Even during the emotional moments, same energy. The guy acted like he didn't even want to be there. What's even crazier is that every scene with him and Chris Evans, it's almost like they weren't even in the same room. At this point, The Rock kind of found his own GTA Infinite money glitch, so I kind of don't expect nothing more from him. He's got one chance to prove me wrong. And Dwayne Johnson isn't the only bad thing about this movie. Let's talk about the CGI because it is an absolute eyesore. The CGI in this movie is painfully infuriating. Like, there were times where I had to look away from the screen to make sure my eyesight wasn't fucked up. Again, like in my past videos, I'm going to say it here. I am not pointing the finger at the visual effects artists. We all know the story of how these studios are treating them, so do not point the finger at them. But I feel like in this movie, they only had 8 hours to get everything done. For a movie on a $250 million budget, the visuals should not be this bad. Like, where did the money go? Oh wait, the visuals in this movie, they just, again, it just screams Netflix original. And just like some of these other Netflix originals, I did not care for the characters. I wanted to care, but I just didn't. I didn't care for Santa Claus. I didn't care for Dwayne's character. I barely cared for Chris Evans' character, whose name I actually forgot. Jack O'Malley, there we go. Again, I wanted to like them, but I feel like we didn't have enough time to really explore their story. This whole movie, it just feels like it took a page out of the Netflix cookie cutter formula. It got to a point where I forgot this was supposed to be a Christmas movie. One minute we're on a mission to find Santa Claus and save Christmas. The next minute we're introducing a whole bunch of mythological creatures. Like, pick a focus. The story was weak and predictable. It had plot holes, and matter of fact, the villain absolutely sucked. And matter of fact, the villain was a hypocrite, and here is why. So in a nutshell, the villain wanted to punish every single person on planet Earth that has done a bad deed. Anything from jaywalking to murder, like, you're gonna get punished. So she uses this device that can practically trap people in snow globes, and I guess create this prison of all of those that have done a bad deed and cleanse the world of sin, I guess? Lady, you committed kidnapping and endangerment. Like, is that not a bad deed? I'm starting to think that AI wrote this movie because this is nuts. But in the end, y'all, Red One is abysmal. This movie is probably gonna do numbers on Netflix, but right now in theaters, nah. And don't get me started on that cringe Nick Kroll scene. And I like Nick Kroll, but that possession scene was just, cringe isn't even the word for it. So plugging Red One. Into the rank system, I am placing this one into the negative zone. But yeah, y'all, that is pretty much my review for Red One. Let me know down in the comment section below what you guys thought about the film. Did you love it? Did you hate it? Are you saving your coins to go see Gladiator 2 next week? Whatever you thought, let me know down in the comment section below. And as always, guys, leave a like and subscribe if you want to see more, and I will see you all in the next one.